official. Robert Downey Jr. is back, and I have 7 proofs to back this up. And by the end of this video, you will also be convinced that Marvel is bringing him back in the MCU to defeat Doctor Doom. So with all the hype of Doomsday, Marvel is playing a very dangerous game with our emotions. Over the last few months, RDJ and the Russo brothers have been dangling a massive carrot in front of the fans, keeping us guessing if we're getting the villain we fear or the hero we miss. It started with a cryptic Thanksgiving post where RDJ shared an illustration of Iron Man and Doctor Doom breaking a wishbone. For those who don't know, a wishbone is where 2 people hold a V-shaped structure, make a wish, and pull it toward themselves. And the person who ends up with the larger piece is believed to have their wish granted. But if you look at the shape of that wishbone, it forms a perfect jagged A. It symbolizes the Avengers logo. This isn't just a holiday greeting, it's a poet's message. The subtext is clear. It's going to be Tony Stark versus Victor Von Doom. But to understand how this is even possible, we have to go back to the moment Tony allegedly died. Let's talk about the most controversial piece of evidence in the MCU, the Endgame funeral hologram. Fans have pointed out a technical glitch that feels way too intentional for a billion-dollar movie. During the message, Tony's projection looks directly into Morgan's eyes as she moves.
In a standard 2023 recording, that's a physical impossibility. How could Tony know exactly where she would be standing days after his death? The theory is that this wasn't a recording at all. It was a live feed. Using the technology he perfected with Barf and the quantum realm, Tony may have established a link to a pocket dimension. He wasn't saying goodbye from the grave. He was checking in from a safe haven universe he created during the snap. Because he never died.
Tony Stark always wanted to protect the world. That's why he even created Ultron, as when all Avengers die, there still would be someone to protect the world. He wanted to build a world with no wars and peace. In Endgame, Thanos said, "I'm grateful, because now, using the stones you've collected, I will create a universe where people are happy, where there's no war, and where they worship me." And when he was saying it, who was in front of him?
Iron Man, who wanted the same thing. Have you ever noticed how long Tony's snap took compared to everyone else? When Thanos snapped, the dusting began in 2 seconds. When Hulk brought everyone back, it was nearly instant. But when Tony Stark snapped his fingers, it took a full 4 seconds for the effect to take hold. Why the delay? Because Tony didn't just make 1 wish, he made 2. His first wish was the obvious one, delete Thanos and his army. But his second wish was much more complex. He used the reality and soul stones to create a backup of himself. Think about it. Tony has always been about the suit of armor around the world. The stones gave him the power to become that armor. He didn't just die, he uploaded his essence into the fabric of reality, creating a version of himself that is untethered by a mortal body. We see him in hologram. He's been watching her this whole time, waiting for the moment the multiverse needs its prime protector again. And when the Avengers fail to stop Doctor Doom in Avengers Secret War, it won't be just Iron Man returning. This leads us to the inevitable collision in Avengers Secret Wars. We know Doom is coming to rewrite reality in his image, but he isn't going to face the new Avengers alone. He's going to face a version of Tony Stark that has been cooking in the background of the multiverse for years. We're talking about Infinity Iron Man, a variant who wears a suit forged from the energy of all 6 Infinity Stones. This isn't just a fight between 2 geniuses, it's a battle between a man who wants to be a god, Doom, and a man who became a god to save his family, Stark.
The wishbone post from Thanksgiving finally makes sense now. They are pulling at the same A, fighting for who gets to be the ultimate architect of the new timeline after the multiverse collapses. And there's also one theory of mine. Knull is an ancient deity who existed before the light of the universe, and he is coming to reclaim everything. In the comics, the King in Black event required every hero on Earth to unite, and there was Iron Man as well. It's going to take place with the new Venom movie where Eddie Brock gets a child. In comics, we see Iron Man fight, and all other Avengers and superheroes fight with Knull. So that might be the upcoming Marvel movies Marvel is setting up after Secret Wars. Here's another proof. In a recent interview, we see RDJ in a very familiar look. Especially his haircut and beard, his look is the same as the OG Tony Stark.
We all know RDJ is playing Doctor Doom, and he would have heavy makeup, he would have a different hairstyle and look than Tony Stark. Why would he have the same exact beard match to Tony Stark? In the CinemaCon Doomsday event, he had a different hairstyle, which shows that RDJ has changed his look after CinemaCon to reshoot scenes as Iron Man. And reshoots for Doomsday were recently going on. But would it be a past memory scene or something new?
If it were a past scene from memory, they would have used a scene from Infinity War or Endgame. This claims he shot new scenes. A few days ago, Insider Updates suggested RDJ would play double roles in future movies. Think for a moment. Why didn't they show his body? It was for a reason. They are setting a plot for future movie. Perhaps Pepper or Happy has hidden his body, hoping for a way to bring him back on. As now, the MCU has a hero who can revive the dead. Franklin. Franklin revived Sue at the end of Fantastic Four. We all see pattern in Avengers movies, where they always get back to Tony for help. When they needed time travel, they went to Tony. And to defeat Doom, they will do the same. I think it's possible that at the end of Secret Wars, when all other options are exhausted, Franklin resurrects Tony, and the movie ends right there on a major cliffhanger. The movie Secret Wars is a half movie, just like Infinity Wars. If we look at the logo of Avengers movies, Infinity War is the only movie where the circle doesn't touch the A of Avengers logo. And the next time it happens is in the Secret Wars movie logo, which shows Secret Wars is just part 1, and part 2 is the movie after it. With all these massive details, it's clear Tony Stark is back.